Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen the three debates already out here. What do you think about them? I've had people say that they do not even want to vote. So now what are you going to do? You want to take the best of two evils? On one side, you've got the Republican Party being as safe as they can be. They don't even want to talk about the terrorist incident. They didn't even bring it up. The Republican Party or your candidate doesn't even know or doesn't even want to respond to whether he agrees with the Arizona law. He's not going to touch that. You're not going to see a thing on this. Why? Because they know that if we start hitting issues about this, they're going to find the Republican Party just as guilty as the Democratic Party. You've got one that's built on the race vote. The race vote is that no one wants to challenge it and do anything because they think that you are going to raise holy you know what. And they can get away and do whatever they want. Look, they've been doing it for 4 years. Just a couple months ago, what did Congress come up and say? We are not going to do a budget. We don't care about a budget. They basically stuck their finger up us, threw it up in the air and said, hey, guess what? We're not going to even do it until next year. And you know what? What are you going to do? Look what you're doing. You're more worried about if you get an email in regards about the Benghazi, whether it was an attack or not, and yet you know it was. Did you do anything at all? Did you get upset at the Republican Party or the Democratic Party when that drone automatically landed safely in Iran? Hey, you know what? I'd be willing to bet you if they looked inside, they would have found a manual, and it probably would have been in Arabic. There was no investigation. This is our top one, brand new. They just gave it to him. And did you say a thing? And now you're upset about what's going on in the debates? Look at Fox News. They're trying to come up and say, oh, the Republican candidate was more worried about the women's vote. Come on, you going to believe this again? Look at the thing that went in Fort Hood. You didn't do a thing about that either. You can say, well, I upset, I got mad, but did you demand anything from the Republicans or did you demand anything from this administration? You might have barked and did something, but guess what? If it was not in the news no more, then you don't really care, do you? Am I being a little pessimistic here? Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get hammered. And you know what? You are aware of this. There is a chance that with my protest vote, you write in Dale Hynosky for the President of the United States. You got to put the President there too. That you can actually, with a protest vote, scare the living daylights out of these people. Just think of it, ladies and gentlemen. 90 million people do not even want to vote. But now they hear my name, and you know what they want? They want to see my name nationwide. Maybe it won't happen. If it does, then guess what? The same thing that happened on the Chick-fil-A on 1 August, and ladies and gentlemen, you may just be able to see that. Because if I do get nationwide some way, somehow, I was thinking 3 days, but if I think I even get 1 day, then word by mouth is going to take over and you're going to see a protest vote. If I get 4 out of every 10 votes, remember the other 60% or 6 votes out of 10 can vote wherever they want. You got the media drones. They're going to do whatever the media wants them to. They're right down the middle. I might get some from both sides because you know what? They want to say more than what they are about what they're going to get. You know, I can actually win the White House by losing the war. Ladies and gentlemen, you've got to make up your mind. Do you want to hear about jobs? They know how to get jobs right now. They both know how to do it. You want to see what about your price of gasoline? Your price of gasoline is what, $3.30, and we're supposed to feel good about this? When it was like $3.70, I've got 30 gallons, $111. And you're going to have to take it. There's no one going to say anything about it at all. Oh yeah, we're going to have to start drilling. Drilling, my foot. Shit, they're letting everybody else do it. You've seen this coming, you've heard what they're doing, and yet you still allow this crap. You allow them to come up and take one subject, and they draw out for a week or 2 weeks, and then if they don't have something that starts to dry out, what do? They pick another subject. And you fall for it every time. What about the health care bill? You know what's coming. And you say everybody needs it. Look at my webpage. I've got a hell of an idea. You want change, ladies and gentlemen, you write in Dale Hanaski for the President of the United States, and you're going to see a change. Nothing about family values. We're hearing about the abortion issue. Nothing again about that. Same-sex marriage is still on the table. Look, if this Mormon really wanted to do something about family values, then he would have done something already. He would have challenged it. You're not going to see a thing. And after the election, it's going to be the next month. It's going to be the next year. You need to write in Dale Hanaski for president. And then you put president underneath it. Simplify.